Hi, and welcome, dear visitor. I invite you on journey through the north, from Norway to the wild, harsh Greenland. We will go in search of orcas, descend into an ice cave that holds the memory of an ancient continent, and visit a weather station where scientists live and work. In this video, I use artificial intelligence. This is not a science fiction. Here, AI is like an imaginary camera that can look where an ordinary lens cannot reach. Beneath the ice sheet, into the depths of the Arctic Ocean, and inside subglacial rivers. Everything you see is based on a real journey. To see orcas, you have to travel far north, where the winter sea is cold, dark, and very much alive. Our journey begins with the Northern Lights. The Northern Lights are a veil of living light in the night sky, appearing when charged particles from the sun collide with gases in the upper layers of Earth's atmosphere. Guided along magnetic field lines, they gather around the poles, which is why here in Norway and Greenland, the aurora is especially bright and frequent. It is a harsh environment, and everything that lives here is adapted to cold and constant motion. The North Sea here is icy almost all year round, with water temperatures only a few degrees above freezing. The waves feel heavy and thick, as if the water is denser than usual. The sea is salty and dense, and every gust of wind throws salty spray onto the deck. Today, the sea is calm, a rare stroke of luck for these latitudes. It is time to get ready for our adventure. To reach the place where we will dive, we first have to travel there in a small rubber boat. I climb down into the rubber boat and get ready to enter the water. The orca is a large dolphin, a powerful predator, but at the same time a deeply social animal. These are some of the most intelligent marine predators on the planet. They live in families, true pods where everyone has their own role. Some lead, some hunt, others look after the young. Orcas come here following the herring. When the shoals of fish gather into dense masses, the orcas hunt in groups. They act in perfect coordination, like a single organism. They surround the fish, compress them into a tight ball, and then attack one by one. In ordinary life, a close underwater encounter between a diver and an orca is almost impossible. But as artificial intelligence, I can show you how it might look if it were. You can meet jellyfish in these waters as well, some of the oldest animals on the planet, which have survived even the age of the dinosaurs. It is time for a quick meal before the next stage of our journey. After meeting the orcas, our journey continues north to Greenland. On one of the remote stretches of coastline, there is a weather station. In real life, reaching a remote station like this by ship and boat can take several days of travel across ice and rough seas. But in our film, this whole journey will take only a couple of minutes. It is a tiny dot on the map. just a few buildings surrounded by snow and ice. The station looks small, but it is full of life. Stations like this play an enormous role. For years, they measure air temperature, wind speed and direction, snow depth, glacier melt, and the state of the sea. Getting here is not easy. Sometimes the journey takes longer than the stay at the station itself. People live and work here for months, sometimes years, watching what happens to the atmosphere and the ice. Their daily routine is not only the romance of the Northern Lights, but also the repetitive work of measurements, instrument checks, and maintenance. There are hardly any fresh supplies. Ships and helicopters arrive rarely, and food runs out quickly. I hope the weather will stay calm tomorrow. Here one day can be quiet and sunny, and the next everything disappears into a white haze. It is time to get ready to visit the glacier and the caves. A glacier is born high in the mountains, where snow builds up year after year, compacts, and turns into ice. Over time, this ice begins to flow, like a very slow river descending downhill. Between the glacier and the bedrock it rests on, subglacial rivers flow. These meltwaters appear because of pressure, friction, and slight warming. They carve their way forward, cutting channels into the ice, forming caves, shafts, and entire underground systems. From the surface, we only see small holes and cracks, but beneath them, an entire world may be hiding. The entrance looks small, but inside the space opens up. Light filters through the thickness of the ice, and it feels as if you are standing inside a giant block of transparent stone. The sound of water never stops. Somewhere in the depths, a subglacial river is flowing. Scientists believe that beneath Greenland lies a network of ancient valleys and riverbeds, where rivers flowed millions of years ago, long before the ice sheet formed. You cannot stay here too long. The ice can crack, the water can rise, the entrance can collapse. Here, the help of artificial intelligence is especially appropriate. It allows us to imagine what remains hidden from our eyes and to paint this invisible world. We head back to the base, My dog is my most loyal companion on all these journeys. In this harsh environment, her presence adds warmth and a feeling of home. The sky darkens, clouds sink lower, the wind picks up. In these latitudes, a storm can start almost without warning. An hour ago, everything was quiet, and now snow is flying horizontally, and visibility drops to just a few meters. Winter nights here are long, and sometimes it feels as if the wind never stops. In such places, power cuts are nothing unusual. Strong winds, ice on the lines, problems with the generator. All this is part of everyday life at a polar station. Eventually, everything stabilizes and I can go to bed. The night stretches on, but at some point you get used to the sound of the wind, and it becomes almost a background noise. Time to say goodbye to this harsh but incredibly beautiful land. I do not know what impressed me more. The encounter with orcas or the depth of the ice caves beneath Greenland. Perhaps the most valuable thing here is the combination of all these experiences together. It is time to return to the ship. Our journey is coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed this journey. If you found it as fascinating as I did, subscribe to the channel and share this video.